Hello, welcome back to our podcast. Uh, Today we will discuss about uh, accident between motor vessel Dona Paz and motor tanker Victor in Philippines on 20 December 1987. Today I'm not alone. I with my partner, uh, Mr. Edo. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning, Mr. Fikri.
Okay, and also my friend Mr. Zenada. How are you, Mr. Zenada?
Okay, friend, Edu and Mr. Fikri.
Okay, before we analyze, I will tell you about short chronology of accident between this vessel. Motor vessel Dona Paz and motor tanker Vector was collided in the open sea in the vicinity of Dumali, point in Tabia Strait between Marindu and Oriental Mindoro. Uh, MV Doria Pass is passenger vessel and motor tanker Vector is tanker vessel that chartered by Caltech Philippines on or now we mention it with Chevron. Okay, let's start our podcast. I would like to asking to my partner, uh, Mr. Zenada first. What do you think about this accident?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fikri. Based on information, according to Sulpicio Lines, the ferry was able only carry 1,424 passengers. But survivors claim that the Tuna Pass might carry over 3,000 until 4,000 passengers, and the official passenger manifest of Tuna Pass recorded only 1,493 persons, including the crew member.
Okay. What about Mr. Edo? Can you tell me about what happened with motor tanker Vector?
Okay, in my opinion, the official claim was direct at Vector, which was found to be unseaworthy and operating without a licensed lookout or qualified master, with an estimated depth of 400 and 3,086 people and only 25 survivors. It remains the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in history.
Okay. Thank you for this short explain. And then we now analyze about cause of the accident. Um, my analysis is the incident have been caused by human factor because the survivor said that the weather at the sea that night was clear but the sea was choppy. What is your opinion, Mr. Jonathan?
Okay, I will analyze about the collision. First time is also about the procedure. We know that every vessel must seaworthiness to hello.
You?
Okay. From the information that motor tanker Vector was unseaworthiness, and we know that every vessel must have seaworthiness before the sailing, and this make the accident, and that is negligence was the cause of the collision that led to the sinking. It means that the vessel was sailing with violating the regulation.
Okay, so it is about procedure and regulation. What is your opinion, Mr. Edu?
I also agree with Zenata that the accident was mostly caused by the human factor, but not only the procedure and the regulation, because of the communication caused of mostly of the accident. The accident happened maybe because the crew on duty in Dona Pass can communicate with MT Vector because the vessel did not have a radio to help the communication.
Okay, I also read the news about M motor vessel Dona Pass did not have a radio and the life jacket not used. I also think it is because about training, because an inquiry also found that the members of the motor tanker factor were underqualified and the vessel license has expired. It means that the vessel employs the crew that do not have a good ability to work on board. Do you have another opinion, Mr. Dinada?
Yes, of course. The next I will explain about the cruise negligence. You know, the information the survival say that the bridge have a party on the motor tanker Vector. We know that the officer on board have full responsibility of safety navigation of the vessel, and the fact of the motor tanker Vector it not implemented, and they are have party. They drunk alcohol, also the master, and it was big mistake cause officer on duty must stand pay on the bridge when the vessel sailing, not in crew recreation or other place, and also drink beer. It is breaking the rules or regulation. Okay, next.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Edo? Do you have another opinion?
Yes, in my opinion, it has also been claimed that the MV Dona Pass did not have a radio. The vessel should be complete with communication equipment. MV Dona Pass did not have a radio that helped to communicate with other ships.
Okay. It is pattern failure caused by design and arrangement. And I have another opinion. My opinion is it is pattern failure caused by maintenance management because a former captain of motor tanker factor told the investigator that the rudder was defective and that it took two men to steer the wheel. It means that the equipment in factor was not maintained with properly because the steering wheel should be steered with just one person. Okay, we will talking next about gravity of the consequence from the incident. Okay, do you have opinion about the consequence from the incident, Mr. Zenada?
Okay, the consequence of the collision between these two vessels is I asked about the motor tanker Vector. They carried 8,800 barrels of petroleum products. It was so big oil tanker, and the oil was spilled to the sea and make the sea area was pollution.
What about you, Mr. Edo?
In my opinion, the consequences of the accident is catastrophic consequences. Because from the data, there are estimated death of 403,086 people and only 25 survival.
Okay. So we can conclude that the consequence of this accident is catastrophic consequence. I have also information that the wreck of Dona Pass was revisited on 13 April 2000 2019 by the RF Petrel. She lies upright at the depth of 500 meters, and the wreck of Vector was found lying 2,200 meters away in the same state, but wrecks are in good condition. So, uh, it is the end of our podcast. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Mr. Zenada. Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Edo.
thank you, Mr. Edu and Mr. Fikri.
Thank you.
Okay, see
Yeah, Mr.
you in
Zenada.
see you in another opportunity. Thank you and good
Okay,
morning.
thank you. See you.
See you.